Tell me, what made you get into football?
Well, I guess, mostly a guy growing up, especially in Europe, I think, you grow up with football. So in the early days, I obviously look up to Ajax because, it was from Amsterdam. I'm from Amsterdam. In that time, when I started really watching full games, 94, 95, 96, I was still very young. But since then, I realized how nice becoming a professional footballer was, seeing those idols on TV. Especially when Ajax won the Champions League around that time, they were like superheroes for most kids here in Holland. Yeah, also during that time I was already doing good for myself as a youngster at the club where I was playing back then. Feeling-wise, you slowly started to believe maybe like if you do well, if you push enough, that you maybe can make it one day.
A guy who's achieved so much like yourself, what's been really behind you? What's giving you that drive, that passion, that feel, that want to win?
I think it's a combination of obviously inspiration, being inspired by different idols and players, but also my surroundings. My parents were very strict when they brought me up, so they made sure I kept on the right track. I've played with a lot of great players in the youth, a lot of great talent, maybe even better than me, but they didn't even make it professionally. That was just the little aspect that they missed, mentality-wise, and the discipline to focus. So this is the wall of 100. It's I think from the Ajax side, it's like they honor the players who have done enough to deserve to be on this wall. I guess I'm lucky enough to be on this wall. I mean, you see the likes of Luis Suarez, Ibrahimovic.
So would you say that Ajax is almost like a second home for you?
I would say it's the first home, because the whole youth I was in Ajax since age 10, and I made it to the first team. I had 3 good years before I departed to UK. Liverpool is my second home.
How are you getting on in Dubai? Obviously, you was in the Premier League, and you made that switch.
It's a decision. It was a decision. I think if we discuss my career, I think a lot of people would like to join the conversation. Whether it's positive or negative. I think mostly they would say, I never really fulfilled my full potential, which I think maybe, I can agree to, but it's easy to obviously blame the person, like, oh, you were not focused or you were not whatever it was. But at the end of the day, how I look at it, it's really support from all angles. My parents could support me until a point. But at the end, if you don't have enough support from a manager, from the trainers around it, from the club, from the directors, or from the fans, or even from the teammates, then for some players it can be very tough to really explode. I feel like in that part, especially in the time with Liverpool, I really needed a lot of guidance. Also, me coming from Holland into Premier League was a major step. If you realize I was still 20, 21, 22 around that time. So to really have a focus and to do well, like all those things around it need to be perfect. And if it's not perfect, then you get misled by a lot of distraction, and then that affects your performance.
So for 2016, 2017, what can we expect from yourself?
I'm already looking actually further than 2016-17. I'm 29 at this point. I realized at the age of 23, 24 that I already had to slowly start investing in what is going to happen in the life after football. Basically 2016-17 will be still a process side, try to execute things. I'm very excited about it.